Hello and welcome to CineQuest video. Today we're going to be talking about the new Marvel Studios film, Thunderbolts, with an asterisk.
Yes.
All right,
I think at this point in their marketing, it's torn off completely. So it's the new Avengers.
Yes, big spoiler alert. If you haven't seen it in the
What?
past few days, they're called the New Avengers. That was
Marvel.
I want to say that was for
That was
me as a
fun.
person who's not very familiar with these characters, a surprise or like a big reveal. I was like, okay. I mean,
Yeah.
it was like, all
Yeah,
right,
exactly. I think
whatever.
I feel like that was the attitude that they wanted for this particular movie, because this is supposed to be like the last movie in their set of,
A
I think, phase
phase or
5 or some
something,
shit. So
yeah.
it's supposed to launch off all the crazy whatnot.
Yeah.
And so I think they wanted to go with like something a bit uh kind of a easygoing movie for the most part.
Right.
Even though it obviously has high stakes and whatnot as far as how it's delivered. Yeah. So it's kind of fun, kind of cool. I really liked how this movie turned out.
Yeah, I was I mean, I wasn't anticipating anything spectacular going into this. I was just hoping
No,
for a decent Marvel movie since for the past couple
right.
I have not cared to watch any of them. I've had no interest in
Yeah.
watching the last Ant-Man. I didn't watch any of the
I still haven't gotten to it.
I don't know, man. Just name any of the ones that just came out recently. I don't think I've seen a Marvel
The
movie.
Marvels, I haven't watched that one.
No,
I haven't watched the Winter Soldier. Was it no, the Captain Falcon and the Winter
I didn't
Soldier? I
watch
haven't watched
that.
that. I
No.
haven't watched Marvel's Invasion. That was with
I didn't watch any of the shows. Let me
that
just say
was
that.
with yeah, no, like I did watch the first Hawkeye season because a friend had requested I check it out.
Mhm.
And that's actually how I was introduced to Florence Pugh's character
Mhm.
in that one, because I didn't watch Black Widow. I really wanted to care, but I couldn't.
I
Let's
didn't
see.
I didn't really care to care after the everything that's happened since then, and like the
Yeah,
many times I think it would took 2 movies for me to say I'm not gonna watch another Marvel movie for a while, and that was
yeah,
me getting really disappointed with Thor, Love and Thunder. Just a huge
yeah.
disappointment,
That one was
and
a pretty
then
big letdown.
the biggest disappointment for me was
Yeah.
Doctor Strangelove and the Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
That was like I was like, "Fucking hell, dude! Like
Yeah.
you guys are really doing it to me this time."
I thought that was all right, but it should have been
I
much
was so
better.
bored
I
watching that
was
movie.
hoping it.
You know,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
constitutes boredom for me in the theater? I start going doing that. Oh,
If a
oh.
goddamn Sam Raimi movie
The Sam Raimi
is
movie is making me bored as hell.
putting you
Like,
down,
yeah,
there's no fucking hope for this world.
I felt I did not care for the
And
multiverse,
now,
nor did I find any madness in that movie. So
yeah,
it was whatever. So I only went to see this movie, Thunderbolts with an asterisk, because I heard some good things and I heard some like not people overhyping it, more so that it's a decent
yeah.
movie with good acting, good characters, and you kind
I
of
was interested in some of the cast, yeah, quite a bit.
well, the cast is fine.
Yeah,
Like I have no problem with the cast. I'm a
apparently that's an ensemble cast, Ray.
well, yeah. I mean, it's kind of like mini Avengers, you know. What? Mini Avengers?
Supposedly that had to do with what they were trying to do, give
Yeah, I'm
everyone a
sure.
bit of
Yeah.
an equal screen amount of screen time. But like a lot of the actors in here, I hadn't quite like figured out. Like, man, so many nepo babies. You got to be shitting me. It's
Oh yeah,
crazy.
Kurt Russell's son's in there. Huh?
Wyatt Russell.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Russell sons.
the Russell sons.
Freaking the Pullman. The Russell sons.
Oh yeah, that's Bob.
uh,
Right?
Wyatt. Yeah, yeah. That's what's his face? Lewis Pullman. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Bill Pullman's son.
he's the guy who plays
Uh,
Bob, right?
I
I want
mean,
to make sure I'm clearing that up.
yeah, he plays Bob the Sentry.
Yeah.
They did that character pretty well. I was pretty happy with that. I'm big David Harbour fan. I mean, obviously you kind of follow, I suppose, Julia Louis-Dreyfus here and there. You
Oh
might
yeah, I
say
thought she was great in this movie. I mean, yes, from the many
as the
years of
villain.
Elaine Benes to Veep to this character as well. I think she does great. She plays like a real
She
piece of
does.
shit, and
Yes,
I'm
she
here for it.
does.
You know. So.
I was also a big fan of the other characters. A lot of them have been. A lot of these characters here have been introduced, I believe, for the Thunderbolts comics. Um, the was it the Timu Wish Captain America, played by Wyatt Russell in
Yeah.
the comics, is known as U.S. Agent. Sebastian Stan, that's that's
Yeah.
Bucky Barnes, right? He's the Winter Soldier. I thought it was really funny how they threw like a lot of like sort of like over the hill slash like substitute super soldiers into this one.
Mm-hmm.
The Red Shield or whatever, I forget if it's Red Guardian, played by David Harbour. He was kind of one of the only things I wanted to check out the Black Widow movie for, but ultimately I just couldn't get make uh
Couldn't care enough.
uh
Huh?
put the energy.
Yeah.
I couldn't get I couldn't put the effort into it. Yeah, so I was mostly thinking about how this movie, I believe originally James Gunn had an interest in this one, but then at some point he went off to do Suicide Squad, and when he came back to Marvel, at that point he no longer had an interest in it.
Well, it's
So
practically
they ended
almost the
up
same movie,
getting,
right? I mean,
huh?
it's almost the
Yeah,
same movie.
yeah. It's very similar. I mean, it just has, I don't know. This is a somewhat smaller group of people, I want to say, and generally speaking, Marvel tends to do like individual personal stories a lot better than DC.
Yeah.
DC comics stories, they tend to just be as wide out there as possible. Let's go kill God, and Marvel is usually just like. I just want to know why I'm an asshole, or maybe it's not me, maybe it's all them, or some shit. I don't know. It's usually a lot. Uh, they take smaller stories and then they sort of build on that. And this is kind of this somewhat a similar thing. I think the idea was just that they're trying to examine a lot of individual forms of trauma and
Yeah.
post traumatic stress, and just leveling that at people with a lot of just sort of like similar shitty, histories, backgrounds. Um, so it is kind of like the Suicide Squaddy. The only difference is that these guys are anti-heroes. If you're gonna make a little like a nerd distinction to that shit at all, in this sense, these guys were all hired by the government, as trained assassins, or contract killers.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so they kind of all want to be good people. Or they're sort of like trying to find out like a way to reform themselves in some way or another.
And I mean,
But because they're just,
compared to the Suicide Squad, these are like less fantastical characters. They're just more human.
oh yeah, much less. I mean, like basically a lot of these guys, uh, I mean, they have similar sort of powers. Most of them, it's not like they shoot fireballs out of their ass, or breathe lightning, that kind of thing. The craziest thing that they can do is Ghost, because she can just phase through things.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the
That's also
most
due
part,
to her
all of
suit,
them,
you know.
it's like Olympian level athletes, and a bunch of, again, like off color Captain Americas,
Yeah.
sort of running out and around. It's I was kind of not expecting them to end up as the new Avengers, but it fits, because it's also just like, why does it need to be some crazy ridiculous shit? Like,
Right.
they're all very good uh, soldiers, or were anyways.
Yeah.
Um
Well,
but yeah, so
let me just
I think the
let me give
writers that
like
worked on
a
this,
Let me give a quick like brief synopsis of the movie. Um, just
Oh,
to
sure.
give a quick just for a quick overview. After finding themselves ensnared in a death trap, an unconventional team of anti-heroes must embark on a dangerous mission that will force them to confront the dangers. The dangerous mission that will force them to confront the darkest corners of their past.
Right.
So yeah, so like you said, this one kind of explores a lot more of the trauma, personal trauma, PTSD kind of stuff that each of them have, and I think that's kind of
Somebody
why.
referred to it as
That's what
Hmm?
you
No, I
refer
was
to as
just
what?
thinking about like somebody referred to it as pop psychology.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
I just thought it was funny.
Um, I think that's kind of why I like this movie a little bit more than what I've seen in the past, because the other films are trying to like outdo themselves with a lot more spectacle. Uh, really didn't focus too much on like a lot of the characters, as from what I remember. I don't know what the other films did because I wasn't interested in watching those, but the last ones I did see tried to just kind of like jam pack a lot of like special effects, a lot of like different storylines, and like things got too convoluted, things too got like messy and stuff like that.
Yeah,
This
this one
one
was
kind of
supposed to be a
it
little
narrowed it
heavier on the
down.
practical effects.
Yeah, this one narrowed it down a little bit more
Yeah.
to characters, and I think that's kind of why this might be resonating a little bit more with people than the other films. Because we're finally,
Yeah.
and I hate to say, as cliche as this sounds, like they're getting a bit more back to basics when it comes to telling a story like this. Because I mean, a lot of people
So
get into these stories,
that
these
was the idea.
comic book movies and comics in general because of the story. A lot of the secondary stuff is like the art and just a lot of what the characters do. But we all start primarily with the story and the characters, and that's if you have a good basis of that, everything else kind of seems to fall into place. But I think that's kind of like where I am with this particular movie. That I enjoyed it enough because of the
Yeah.
characters and the acting and the performances. And I mean, you have a lot of great actors
The
in here,
writers
and
did a great
there
job.
wasn't too much nonsensical stuff coming from this universe and that universe, and all these people kind of coming together. It was this basic story, and that's kind of like what I enjoyed about it.
Yeah, the all of the writing seemed very intentional. Like there didn't seem to have like a whole lot of pointless fluff
Yeah.
or there might have been one or two things that I was thinking of, but like again, it goes back to the being intentional. There's the straight up red herring, in the movie,
Mm.
that kind of thing. And two end cap previews or whatever.
Yeah, and credits.
There was one end credit
Yeah,
scenes. Yeah, there
yeah.
we go. I think there was two scenes. Everybody at this point knows about them, but you don't need to go into that crap anyway.
Yeah, I
Um,
actually saw the last one on TikTok when I was living. Again,
mhm,
I don't
mhm.
care that a lot of the stuff got quote unquote spoiled. Because I mean the spoilers themselves didn't really derail like the enjoyment of the movie, because most of it is just spent
No.
like with these characters. So
A lot of it seems to me like in the story, a lot of things fell together that allowed them to do something like this. The character of the Sentry was like a pretty easy foil for them
yeah,
to use because it does follow the comic as far as how that goes pretty closely too. Guy's got the power of 1,000 exploding suns.
yeah,
All that. He was just Marvel's answer to, okay, what if Superman, but with like mental
mental illness.
mental sickness or
Yeah.
yeah, because like yeah, he's pretty much kind of like got like a personality disorder of
Yeah, at
sorts.
some point when he was
And
describing
they
his
don't
behaviors, I was like, so he's bipolar? That's
right.
that's basically what I
I
was like.
did think the meth chicken was pretty funny.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
he has
Yeah,
a
he's like,
scene
yeah,
in
I'm on
there
meth. Yeah.
where he just straight up screams, "I'm sorry, I was on meth."
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh, it's a little surprising that this is to me this is a PG-13 movie that kind of really actually pushed what they can get away with.
Right, right, yeah.
in a not quite rated R, but still like this is not a kids movie kind of
Right.
thing. So I was actually pretty happy about that to see. The soundtrack was fun.
Yeah.
I was trying to the screenplay. Yeah, Joanna Callow. She worked on BoJack Horseman, and
Okay.
and The Bear, which I think is a pretty big popular one at this point. But the other guy, Eric Pearson, did work on Thor Ragnarok.
Okay.
So at least I thought that was a cool credit. But yeah, all of the actors, really great job, really cool stuff. Yeah,
All right. Well, Roland, overall,
this is a very cool movie.
overall, I'm assuming you're gonna recommend checking out Thunderbolts in the theater with an asterisk.
Yeah. Go check it out while you still can. It's definitely worth seeing in the big screen. So
Yeah, a
have
big
fun.
surprise for me. I wouldn't say I would expected myself to have actually enjoyed a Marvel movie just yet. Um, especially with the characters that I have known nothing about, like nothing whatsoever. I went.
Yeah, I could tell you about all this crap, but still.
Yeah.
Matter.
I went primarily based on the actors that were in the film and with a few respected, I guess, movie reviewers that said, not bad. Like, it wasn't
You
over,
went to
like I
go
said,
watch this
not
because
overhyped.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus was in it.
Oh,
Be
no,
honest.
no. I mean, like, I'm not, I don't watch everything she's in or nothing like that, but I mean, like, I know she's a great actress. I know she does really well. And she can play a funny person or she can play a real piece of shit. I've seen her in Veep. She can be an asshole.
She can play a funny piece of shit. Hey, even better.
But
All
yeah,
of the above.
all of the above. Yeah, so definitely check
Good
out
stuff.
Thunderbolts
I think
if you can in the theater.
currently the biggest, I think, highest grossing movie, if not for Marvel, of the year. So good for them.
Yeah. And I mean, right now, as of right now, last time I said Bryce and I did a review for Sinners. That was my top movie right now.
Mhm.
Thunderbolts right now is on the top 10 for sure. And only time will tell whenever like things get shifted around, because I told Bryce in our Sinners review that so far this is the best that the 2025 has had to offer. I'm gonna go see Clown in the Cornfield tomorrow. We'll see where that lands, if it lands at all.
Oh my God.
I'm expecting
think
already a certain slot for a particular film that I'm waiting for, and I'm pretty sure you are too, Roland, is the Toxic Avenger remake. I'm expecting that to be on the top 10 for sure. And if it's not, I'm gonna be really fucking sad because I've been waiting a long time for that movie.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I want it to be good.
I want it to be good too. I want a lot of movies to be good, and sometimes they're just not. So
yeah, I'm actually at this minute, I'll be happy to check out Dogma in theaters.
That's another one. Yeah, Dogma in theaters.
That'll be fun to see.
With or without the Q&A of a Kevin Smith or anything like that, I'm down to watch Dogma again in theaters. I mean, unless it's passed us by entirely.
Yeah.
Who knows? You'd probably be more in the opportunity. You're probably more in the opportunity zone than I am. Being in the
I think
essay,
it was supposed to be. Yeah, I think it was supposed to be July or August or something like that in limited theaters, and I want to say it was going to be like around the time of the 4K release.
Right, and you know what? You're in a draft house area, so I mean, you're more than likely to definitely get that opportunity. And if you do, keep an eye out. Like, definitely check it out.
That'd be cool
if you can. If I can make it up there, and I'll definitely drive up there to fucking watch Dogma again in theaters. Like, for
I'll
sure.
find out. Don't worry. Yeah.
But anyways,
take those days off.
Like I said, back to Thunderbolts. Check it out if you can in theaters. I think everyone does a great job.
Yeah.
It's a surprising Marvel, a decent Marvel movie. Which at this point in time, there's been a lot of just duds, a lot of boring ass stuff coming out of Marvel, and hopefully they take a cue from this.
Yep. Now we have Guardians of the Galaxy at home.
Yeah, if you can take a cue from this, Marvel, stick to the basics. You don't have to go so far into creating all these dummy worlds. But also, Fantastic Four looks pretty decent. I'm kind of interested in seeing that. But I mean,
Yeah, it does.
you know what, Roland? I'm gonna leave my. I'm gonna revert to you and Bryce when it comes to like trailer watching because I'm getting duped a lot, and y'all seem to like see through all the bullshit. So
Can cut through the crap. Yeah, you goddamn idealist over here
yeah.
with
Well,
your
I mean,
rose-tinted glasses,
I
looking at the
hear a
world
song, I see someone do
wide-eyed.
one thing, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, this is gonna be awesome. You know. So I
Oh
mean,
my God, ears perking up, your bushy-tailed. Nothing could go wrong. The world is
yeah.
wonderful.
Yes.
Oh, destroyed
Yeah.
expectations. Just
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Well. So
Maybe
you know what?
we'll
If
see.
I
I
see
don't
a
know. I'm
trailer,
always throwing stuff at you
no,
guys.
you are, and the thing is that if I see something, I'm gonna throw it to you guys and be like, just sit there, just waiting with bated breath. What are they gonna say here? Should I definitely go watch this
Yeah.
movie? And then you're gonna say, Ray, this movie looks like shit, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna go watch it.
Exactly. It's like you listen to me. So I got to start using like double reverse psychology or something. No, this is dog shit, Ray. You absolutely would not want to see this. But if you did,
Yeah.
if you did want to hate watch it, I don't think it would be worth it. That's all I can say there.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand and I appreciate that you would hate to watch something for me in spite of me. However, that being said,
Yeah.
it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Y'all gonna have to try something new on me. I don't know if I can know, but all right. Appreciate you watching.
Yeah, I'll figure something out. Don't worry.
What is the end taglines that we always do? Yeah, like and subscribe. Appreciate you. Comment below. What do you think about the Thunderbolts? And if you, I don't know, man. I'm gonna stop doing taglines. Thanks for watching the
Yeah,
video. I
we don't
really
really need
appreciate
them
you
much.
checking out our review. Check out the others.
There's not a whole lot about this. Cool stuff.
Definitely check it out. See you next time.